So the final of the women's lightweight quadruple sculls. USA, who won this title 2 years ago. So all eyes on Australia here. What sort of damage can they do to the time this time?
Well, they're a very good crew. Australian women's rowing and sculling is very, very successful at the moment. They're doing some very good things, very well drilled, and you can see here they've taken it off very fast indeed, and it's clean and it's very effective.
Yes, they're coached by Adrian David, former Romanian coach, who's out in Australia now, and he must be enjoying every moment of this and hoping that his women are not going to let him down now. On the evidence of what we've seen this week, this should be Australians' gold medal, but it is the final.
Well, it's very nice to see new crews coming through from Spain, Greece and Italy. We haven't had women from these countries coming through before in such numbers, and it's really working very well. Italy getting a heavyweight single sculler through to the final yesterday. That was great. And here again now, 3 countries producing women's crews new to this game entirely. But usually Netherlands, Australia, United States, that's the normal place that top lightweight rowing comes from, and sure enough, here they are. It's Australia out in front with the United States tracking them.
Yeah, it's certain to be a new name on the Roll of Honour for this particular category, because Germany are the champions, but they're not represented here. In fact, Germany have been more successful in this category than any other nation, winning in 97, 98 and 2000, but that's all in the past now. And here are the Australian. Josephine Lips there in the stroke seat. Behind her, Amber Halliday, then Sally Corsby and Catriona Roach. That's the quartet for them, and here are the Americans.
They're very relaxed, letting that boat run very nicely there between the strokes, but they've still got a lot of work to do to make an impression now on this very fast-moving Australian quartet.
Stacey Borgman in the stroke seat for the USA, and 3 in a line, United States, and then just beyond Australia, that's the Italian 4, and then right on the far side are the Dutch.
Look how strong the finish is from the Australian. There's such an aggressive crew there, really hard through the middle of the stroke, sending it away at the finish, big push there at the finish of the stroke, and that is really having a great effect. Spain beginning to slide off the back of the field there, but very good for them to have made the final. This will be perhaps the beginning of a very good 3 years for them.
By my reckoning, Australia still proceeding on record pace. We'll know in a few minutes. 6:31.51 was the mark they established last Monday, 5 seconds inside the previous best, and we'll know in a moment. 3:12.29, so double that up, 6:25 inside world record pace with less than 1,000 to go.
Yeah, they're moving very well indeed, and they're going for it. If they broke the record earlier on in the regatta, they want to see if they can improve on that again. But they're going to have to do that because the United States are not letting them get away. They're tracking them all the time. And on the far side there, very good race developing between the Netherlands and Italy.
It's not to detract from the Australians, but this is a relatively new competition category. It was only introduced in 1997, so you tend to see big chunks of time taken off things as the actual competition category matures.
Yeah, just watching Italy there, they are fighting back. The Dutch aren't having it their own way. You'd expect Holland to come through here at 1,200 meters, but Italy are fighting back, and they're not letting them get away. United States throwing up a lot of water. You can see there's water flying around there as the pressure really comes on, and it's Australia beginning to move away all the time. I think now America, the United States on this side are spending more time looking back behind them to make sure they secure that silver medal, because the Dutch are now beginning to move on and away from Italy.
Yeah, the Dutch are still, though, in 3rd place. Heidi Poot in the stroke seat. She got a bronze medal in this particular boat in 1997, the first year it was contested. And America holding on to 2nd. The Australians, though, still, by our reckoning, on world record pace. A little bit more than 500 meters to go now as the Australians, with absolutely masses of clear water, And the decision now really, Dan, is do they go for the record? I mean, they are in a way going for it anyway. They've certainly won the race.
Well, it's the final, and you go really as fast as you can in the final. They've got nothing to hold back for, but they are really going for it, and it's great sculling from them. United States sculling very nicely, keeping their form well, and they should hold on to that second place. Although Italy are making sure that the Netherlands fight for every bit of that lead that they've got. That slight lead of a couple of feet over Italy. That's a great performance from Italy, holding on, not letting it go, and that is forcing them back on the United States, which in turn is forcing the United States back on Australia. Australia going for it all the time now, and there's a very good race developing there on that far side for the bronze medal.
Indeed, closest to you, the United States. Then from the bottom of the picture moving up, it was Italy. On the far side, it's the Dutch, but here are the Australians, and they look so good, so strong, and they look as if they could even go on for another 2,000 meters. It's all about the battle for the minor places at the moment, and not far to go for these Australians, heading for Australia's third gold of these championships. And it is Josephine Lips, Amber Halliday, Sally Cosby and Catriona Roach who are going very soon to be world champions. It's only a question now of if they lower the world record. They're surely going to do that. 6:31.51 it was, and it's going to be a lot lower than that now. They're coming across the line, 6:29, with the United States taking silver and the Dutch the bronze, ahead of Italy, and then Spain and Greece in that order going across the line. Domination is the word that comes to mind for Australia. Their victory absolutely comprehensive.
Just watch that technique there, and look particularly, they're so well together at the front end there, and how well they push it there as they send it away for the second part of the stroke.
Well, this is not an Olympic category medal, but what talent to draw upon.